Grumpy Thunderfoot. I know. I'm gonna be a little upset. I kind of forget when it makes me wonder how old I was. Well, to have a softer step to my feet. I don't know if I was a Thunderfoot at one point. I noticed it. And then, at some point somebody just pointed it out. I began to, I began to practice with it from there. I went, I do stop doing this without making noise. And eventually my body grew into the habit of it. You know what I mean? It can take years. Oh, okay. Let's go down. That's recording.
About finding someone to share the vision, to write the script. I mean,
And some.
how did that work for you?
Well, I'm a
People
person
reason and people have more intuition and more emotions. But what is the relationship among these processes? Little sleep flickers and could and should be.
passionate about it,
Master.
and I just believed in it. And
I doubted that for a moment.
fortunately, even if
I read a second time, and I understood it by then.
we first,
We're equal partners. Jefferson believed that the two processes were equal partners. And Hart, ruling a divided empire, Hume believed that the reason was and was only fit to be a servant of the passions, H-U-M-E. In this chapter, I tried to show that Hume was correct, that Hume was right.
It's very exciting. I'm just very
I feel I am not quite confidently putting the pieces together. However, I appreciate the information as well, so I'm going to go ahead and continue it. The mind is divided into parts, like a rider, controlled process, parentheses, or an elephant, automatic process, parentheses. The rider evolved to serve the elephant. Perhaps human versus animal.
Physicians like myself to personalize medicine and therapies for patients rather than what the pharmaceutical companies offer. So make an investment in your health today and seek out integrated physicians who are trained to understand your needs.
I wonder if none of it was ever coy.
And can't sleep. We have
It
answers.
controlled
Today,
process.
we can provide a roadmap to optimal health by completing our proprietary questionnaire.
I often feel
Trends in your healthcare. Call us at 888-909-0110 for more information, or go to PD Lab's website at PD.
I apologize. I do feel I am more of a Darwinist and agnostic as far as spirituality goes. For anybody who does not know, agnostic is, on the definition I understood, we have a tendency to believe in multiple religions, and it's not that I follow each of them, but I feel that it is. I understand that there could be many or there could be one, but I feel we do not know. And I appreciate it. I find myself appreciating a shared advice from each of them. I know of, in America, seems primarily Christian and Catholic. Within other nations, there seem Buddhist, Hinduism. I am not sure if it's Israelite, but I believe this might bring another religion to mind, which might be under Christianity. but we cannot be sure, and so, you know what I mean?
Welcome back.
Jacqueline,
I was telling you that when I was invited, really astonished that I was invited to be the speaker at the National Prayer Breakfast, I watched so many previous speakers, and they all, almost all of them, were very shy about saying anything strong
I
about faith.
said
I thought, what an irony and what a tragedy, because this is the point of the prayer breakfast. But they were all so bipartisan, they didn't want to offend anybody. And it was kind of annoying because I thought to myself, isn't this the point of the
I want to hear it.
until I watched Mother Teresa from 1994. And I mean, no joke, because she was 4'10", nobody seems to have prepared so that the microphone was literally like this. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, if you watch the video, and you people should watch it. So I watched her, and she spoke with this fire. I said, this is unbelievable, because she didn't do it. It's not like when people get loud or something. I mean, it came from her soul. She spoke with the authority that God gave her. And it was so powerful. And she spoke about the emotion, which is a big issue for me. But she said it with humility, but also boldness. And I said, this is amazing to be able to say this in this way. And because of what she said, I said what I said when I spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast. And I thought to myself, this 4'10" Albanian nun can go in front of the world and say those things. I can certainly do something. I can say something. And so I assume that because of her inspiration, I was much bolder in what I said. And I think when you're bold, you encourage others to be bold. And so I just feel like I have this connection with Mother Teresa because she was really unique. It's hard to think of anybody quite like her. Are you familiar with the Malcolm Muggeridge film about her life?
Yes, of course.
Most people are. What do you say a word about that? Because she was really introduced to the world through another great Christian hero named Malcolm Muggeridge, who made a film called Something Beautiful for God. But this is about 1970 or something.
Well, I can't even tell you which year, but of course, through my research, I watched a lot of films and I read a lot of books. And,
But I mean, she was working in obscurity in the slums of Calcutta, and somehow Malcolm Muggeridge, this great British journalist who became a Christian, discovered her and made this film about her. And so many people, I think, she came to be known to the world through the film called Something Beautiful for God by Malcolm Muggeridge, and the rest, of course, is history. The whole world knows Mother Teresa.
yeah. Well, he opened the door, and I think that's wonderful. So the world could really get to know this woman, and I'm so glad that she got well known because she deserved it, and she needed all these contacts through her, being well known, because she could then be an instrument to really change something.
Right.
She could take the phone and call an American president, and she said, I need some helicopters because here we have food, but we cannot deliver it. So, I mean, that was fantastic.
Yeah, no, it is fantastic. And it also speaks to the power of film. There's a Bonhoeffer film coming out next year. There's something about a film, if it's well made, that can change things. So that's why I'm just so glad. When I heard about this film, I said, I hope we can get you on the program. So again, it's an October 5th Fathom event. Mother Teresa and me. And Jacqueline, congratulations, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. It was a privilege to be here.
That's going to be some opportunity. Okay.
Let's take a look now at the PPR Saturday weather update. Looks like occasional showers and thunderstorms through the weekend across southern New Hampshire, probably into Monday throughout until things start drying out Tuesday. Rainfall mainly afternoon through evenings, in the upper 60s tonight, near 80 tomorrow, and again on Monday, nighttime lows tomorrow night, mid and upper 60s. Randy Bergson, DER weather update. You're listening to WDER, 1320 AM daily, and WDER FM.
Sorry.
Manchester National.
I do not appreciate how perfectly confident you feel the need for me to be. It seems as though he feels minimally room for something or other. That tone sounded correct. I can't believe I even had to point this. So I understand where a tad more confidence would be appreciated. However, not every other thing seems to have come to a pause. I am not certain. So I'm just kind of pulling from it. I also want to just kind of cover the mute button. Just kind of let it go, and because I remembered quickly, maybe be able to get to a point of this. I feel as though there might be a couple of us beginning to be curious. Might have good side. The Terraform is what came to mind. Huh. And something with something. Hoping to share some information. Something. Seems willing. And to a point where. Okay. So now I've like reached a point where I almost want to put it back on to see where that wound up, because Beckley knows how separate. And how did I forget Beckley knows how separate itself? Okay. From what I remember, at this point I'm like, people seem to have noticed a couple of things off to a point where they went, I feel like she's pretty smart. Some seems a little off there, honey. Seems like a sweetheart. How do people, some of us in my generation, I wonder if we're forgetting that, like, okay, but she seems like a sweetheart, so I'm almost not worried about it. There were a lot of arguments, and I just know that I had it pretty good as a kid, man. It wasn't perfect, and I just know we moved a lot, and a couple of pieces about my heritage, about our bloodlines and lineage. Poland close to Russia, honey. But don't push yourself through more than you can tolerate. Cannot be sure which way the jeans went, sweetheart. And until you learn to do play wrestling with your father. What was I was trying to say? Oh, great boy. Okay. That's what that's coming from, I thank thee very much. But I might know how to explain that. I fairly I continuously find myself to this day somewhat fascinated with science. I don't know, I just think it's neat stuff. I used to sit there as a kid watching Bill Nye the Science Guy going, Dude, when is this gonna be on again? Filled by the science guy. I think it's neat stuff. I mean, I didn't think I want all of it, but enough to go, peace, go, think, and I'm pretty sure a couple of books my family did. Some things I still have. I read a couple of things that went maybe before they knew the term, but stimulate, intellect. The young one seems to be interacting with the object I have purchased from the store. Only no point. Or books and whatnot, puzzles, board games. I don't really feel like I'm somewhere in the middle of a good handful of things. The Jack of Spades is what comes to mind. I have thought one day when I was a little younger, but I wonder if, I mean, I'm a female, so I'm pretty sure I can do these things to a point where I'm pretty sure I'm a good 50 pounds behind the man. No, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Sorry, I hate doing the mouth smashy thing. Probably not why I forgot what I was saying. Jack of all trades, master of none. Just the thought that came to mind. I don't know why I didn't share my thoughts more often. I feel like people were just busy and got up on that thing, and I'm like, I don't know, a couple of people that were kind of hang out, and if I caught them with a documentary on, I'd be like, dude, cool. Do you mind if I hang up and watch it? Guess that looks like alright. Probably going to. Look, too much. I do nothing good. And I was trying to be like, no, dude, me too. So a couple of things would come up, and it's. I feel like there's not that much conversation going on when you're hanging out with somebody else who likes to watch documentaries, because we're like, oh, check it out. Do you remember the thing with the thing from the other thing? I'm like, ah, cool, me too. And maybe this and that. And then at that point, we kind of likely feel on a very similar, on a similar enough. Hey, on a fairly similar wavelength, so it just kind of quiets down, and I'm back to trying to watch and hear the input. I just like seeing how things like kind of go, how things work, and I'm like, I appreciate it. I apologize. I seem more driven towards astronomy and physics with some biology in between. I know you all hate each other and you're all tearing each other apart over your land. That's geography and history. Did you pay attention when science said survival of the fittest, though? Did you pay attention when science class pointed out that we're here on some Earth? It has dirt. It has green. If a population gets beyond a point of the Earth being able to replenish itself, get a little nutty. Can I explain to you why it's getting a little nutty? Because now we're pushing it. Now the species of plant be of intelligent being enough to reciprocate peacefully, fairly neutrally grow. Some animals eat vegetables, some animals eat other animals, whatever preferred for their own. And I'm like, I don't know, I appreciated the meme that was like, what in the is a saber-toothed tiger scared of? Throwing the pterodactyl. Other than that, it's probably got most things covered. So anyway, I digress. If I need to peace out, I understand. I try not to be snide with most work stuff. And it might sound like whatever, okay, I understand it. Where was I going with that? Alright, so maybe that's simply time for you to focus on your own neck. Neck. Better I give the dog a bone, and this old man came rolling home. I do mean niche, biodome, terraform. It breaks down into this creature symbiosis is a relationship between two separate species. So say a mosquito meets a beetle one day, and they're like, we're awfully close, but I don't even know what you are. So they start going the other way, but perhaps they meet again, and they're trying to be like, alright, as long as you ain't my way, might be what they meant. The thing, I have heard that when any creature, when you take a boar and puncture a place, of course, such as the aorta, that might kill that kind of thing. Goat. Why do you constantly have goat head? Well, sorry about that. And his mom probably went, yep. Understood that? Yes. Okay. Okay, honey, I would lose my mind too. He was so respectful with me. He's been so respectful with me the whole time. That's not want in my head. And how peaceful, perceptive, and quite similar seems to back in standoff when an argument comes up. Maybe, but I gotta not be looking for a stimulant all the time, man. They probably not all looking for a stimulant to keep it up. What flows naturally seems to be what some of us might be lacking, and to the point migratory. Alright, excellent. Anything further? I understood how to ask. If not, I might be able to get into that as well. But to a point where I almost swear I'm like, oh, something like a female intuitive. I can give one.
If you only have this job making this income, then you'd be fulfilled. If only this politician would win, then all our things would be figured out. The world screams at us constantly.
I might be able to separate between both. I have tried to use the intuitionism while using my goal is to change the way a diverse group of readers, liberal and conservative, secular and religious, think about morality. Well, because one of the first passages, from what I remember, is somebody seems to have lost their pet dog to a car accident that was close to their home, where they were able to bring the dog's already deceasing corporeal body home and decide what to do with it themselves. If the dog passed in an accident, why should we be questioning all that much what the owners feel the need to do with it? I understand it seems finicky a concept for some folks to get into. It seems kind of gross for some folks. But it was theirs, they owned it, it seems to have been taken by an accident, and if they felt that dog was old enough to go, that dog was theirs to take. They took him in, they likely took care of him. That's not anyone else's decision to make. And I don't quite want to take it any further than that. Other subjects, likely similar. Oh, to a point where I'm like,
And when Paul and Silas regained consciousness, they woke up in the most secure portion of the Philippian jail, surrounded by prisoners.
okay.
Their wounds were fresh. Imagine the dirt on the prison floor must have added to their torment. With their feet in stocks designed for discomfort,
The intuitive dog and its rational tail.
Paul and Silas needed
AK-47.
encouragement about as badly as they ever had before. So what was their reaction
Emotion,
to this no good, really bad
moral judgment,
day?
reasoning.
Acts 16:25 records, about midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. I've always found this passage of Scripture to be quite unbelievable.
Excellent. In some.
Serving God, we're singing
When does
praises
morality
to
come
God,
from?
but
Where
somehow
does
something
ERA?
right? What we
ERA.
do. But it seemed that they were responding
I'm gonna go ahead and
a day
guess
when God apparently had taken
somewhere after season. I guess work that quick. These Dallas comes to mind.
The miracle of God is kind of what led to all the trouble that occurred, but landed Paul and Silas into prison.
And weird.
So where was the miracle during the arrest? Where was the miracle during the humiliation? Where was the miracle during the beating? Where was the miracle they sat in prison? Why had God
I don't remember what chapter I'm on.
led his missionaries
I want to remember what chapter it was on.
prison dungeon all after
If that's not your thing, that's good. Where does morality come from?
question I think we have
Chapter
to
1.
ask is why would God's missionaries
Where does mine? Where does morality come from? Reading the footnotes.
But before the question could be answered, an earthquake
Encourage
shook
just
the prison
to
so
family.
perfectly, Paul and Silas were
Or
freed
they might
from
be
their
like,
chains.
I can't, but you
Prison didn't
coming in
collapse
the oven.
around them. And by morning, their wounds were clean, and a revival was sweeping across the city of Philippi.
moral domain varies by culture. It is usually narrow, educated, but it's closely centered. Broader moral domain encompasses regulated aspects.
And what he then now writes, as we're reflecting on it,
People sometimes have good feelings,
there several years later,
particularly about discussing disrespect, interest.
Lord always. Could they have
I
forgotten
miss
the
the
innocent prison who sang at midnight?
experience with disrespect to a fair point. You know what I mean?
Instead, pray, and God's peace will cover.
I saw about the disgust and
If anxiety
kind of went
learn.
learn. So thank you for giving to me your point.
What doesn't seem like a response to us in the depths of the debility
Moral reasoning is sometimes
is
close to
the response that we see in Acts 16 from Paul and Silas as they're in prison to sing a praise song.
morally so
Sing a
convictual,
praise song
but
as if it's the best
understanding
day of your life, and not the
of
worst.
breathe.
We live in a society where it's so
Morally,
easy
morally reason combination and
music that can remind us of the
Innateness?
truths of God.
what? Perhaps not mine.
Just pull up that song and say, I don't
Social
believe it
likely.
right now, but I need
Social
it.
learning will be kids.
To spend time in prayer, to stop God by the
Innate
truth
self,
of Him.
self
Even if you
of evil, self-evolved intuitions. Learned to swear at what particular college? Or where's Matt? Where's what we like, what do? And that's why they were like, oh, I'll play the backyard kid. Oh, if you want to let the kids play around in the kitchen, I'm like, maybe you feel like you have a calling chemistry biologist, man. Astronomist, maybe take it to bigger. But if you feel like, well, chemistry or biology, I would simply take, for the most part, knives and hang them up somewhere between the counter and the cabinet. I'm like, I know, but some of them went. I'm explore a little bit without worrying that much about a sharp object. I'm wondering if I was like laying around in the kitchen and I picked up a knife where my mother went, oh shit, should probably move that. Sorry about that, sweetie. You know what I mean? It probably went, I don't know, I just feel like she's exploring and learning everything. And it was at a period in time where they weren't like, safety plug, safety plug, safety plug. My fault you're not on this. I don't want to get into it that much. I'm here. I'm 30. I have barely a scratch on me. Got a little wiggle with it. I wonder if it's a concept they taught in college. Similar to the smallpox and how that got here. I don't know whether or not it landed. And to a point where it seems like we've forgotten that maybe he was simply trying to pass on a blanket and some cloth. Same time.
"We must be wondering why we called this meeting here this afternoon." And then he told him about Christ, right there, standing on top of their wrecked car in the middle of a shallow ravine, rejoicing. Oh, no matter what your circumstances are today, choose to praise God. Choose to pray for God. Be active in pursuing Him. Because choosing joy in the midst of our anxiety or worry
A good handful of biology and psychology. That's not. Ha ha ha. She probably gonna be the one.
Joy in times of anxiety. But there's another reality of the world.
Fairly few, most of them seem to go, you know what? I don't even want to get into it with her. I'm just gonna step back. This chick's like one of the few individuals seeming to push me to that point. Okay. Pretty sure it was really friendly, touched me polite.